opportunity to look at some of the different things that Neumi's doing across the world and talk a little bit about the future and how we can help people build a legacy here at Neumi. So again, send out a note to all those people that you want to bring onto the call today, Neumi.tv. They've still got time to listen in, but I look forward to seeing all of you. I see a couple of individuals that I love seeing every time we jump on these calls. It's always great to see each of you. So again, thank you for being on the call. We'll get started in just a few seconds here as we let more people in as they start to roll in. So everybody, we're excited to be here today. I'm going to get started. Again, I'm Aaron Rennert. I'm the president and CEO of Neumi. Happy to be a part of this incredible company and the movement that we've created here, which has really been created by you, not by me, not by us. It's a joint effort by the team here and the field, and you guys have done a phenomenal job at getting us out there. But so let me go back in time a little bit and give you a little bit of background. When I got started with Neumi, it was through probably a lot like what you had experienced by receiving a text message or a phone call from somebody that you knew that reached out and said, hey, we've got this incredible opportunity called Neumi. We want you to learn a little bit more about it. Mine was a little bit before that. It was to meet a person by the name of Steve Scott. And so I drove down and met with Steve Scott one night. A good friend of mine had said that he was starting a company, needed some help, some direction, somebody to take it over and to run it as the president and CEO. And I said, yeah, I'd go down and spend some time. And so we'll get down there and meet Steve and learn a little bit more about his company, learn a little bit more about his products, learn a little bit more about his strategy, his vision, his direction. And so as I went down and met with Steve, I learned quite a bit about Steve. I learned that he had an incredible background in business. He had really brought a lot of products to market, had given people an opportunity to see these various products through infomercials, and had sold billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of products. But one of the things that I talked to Steve about when we first started, I said, why wouldn't you do that again? And Steve said, I could. It's not as easy nowadays. There's a lot of noise in that space. But he said, really, I want to do it based on the model that is the people business that has the most strength, the most power, the most reach out to different parts of the world that you would never get through an infomercial that maybe is done in the US or maybe in a country in Europe, or maybe it's in Canada or Mexico, but you'd never have that type of impact around the world. And so I said to Steve, I absolutely agree. There's an opportunity here to bring the people into the business, to empower them, to give them the opportunity to create a legacy, and really give people an opportunity to see something that they'd never seen in the past. And so that was really the start. That was the opportunity to really learn a little bit more about Steve. And then he started talking about the product. And as we talked about the product, I learned all kinds of information that I'd never understood about glutathione. I knew it was the master antioxidant. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a few minutes. I knew it was an incredibly fragile molecule, which is why when Steve started talking about it, I said, Steve, it can't get through the stomach. And Steve said, exactly. He said, this is why we came up with a nano solution to deliver those ingredients to the body, to the cell, through the oral cavities of the mouth, your transmucosal and sublingual layers. I said, Steve, this is amazing. Take me through the details. Let's talk about some of the specifics. So we sat down and we talked about it, and we learned, and I learned a lot about it that night. I learned about how we nanosize our ingredients. I learned about the delivery, which is called hydrostat, how we get it into the cells. I learned a little bit more about understanding the size of the nano particulate, the molecule itself, and how big or how small it was, or how big or how small it needed to be in order to get into the cell, in through the mouth, in through the oral cavities, and into the brain, even passing the blood-brain barrier. So I had to learn all of these basic things and understand a little bit more about it as I learned from Steve. Well, what I learned from Steve is that he is absolutely a genius. He's amazing. His understanding of the technology is beyond comparison to other people. His understanding of the technology and how it's delivered, his understanding of glutathione, cysteine, and all of the other aspects and attributes. And by the time we were done talking, I was sold. I literally was sold. And Steve said, Aaron, do you want to come help me build this company? Do you want to help me, really just deliver this product around the world and give people an opportunity to create their own successes? And I said, Steve, you know what? I would love to. So we started working on that at that time. We started to build the infrastructure of the company. And there were a number of things that we wanted to do as we looked at building the infrastructure. Again, I talked about the powerful platform that we had developed through the people business. So we knew we had the right type of people that were interested in health and wellness, that were interested in educating other people, that were interested in trying to give people a better understanding of how they could take care of their bodies, how they could take care of the dealing or managing the expectations of the body in terms of antioxidant behavior, dealing with all the toxins in our environment. Do you know that over the last 100 years, we've had over 100,000 new toxins and chemicals introduced into our society, into our communities, that our bodies are not able to deal with? We're not able to change as fast as the toxins are starting to hit us. And that's why we're seeing such an increase in different diseases and ailments and issues with health, because we have so many people that have dealt with these toxins that are absolutely just wiping out our bodies. And that antioxidant behavior that we've got is not reacting quick enough to the society or to the community or to the environment that we've created. So the problem is we're dealing with things that we've never had to deal with. As a matter of fact, our parents, not as much, our grandparents, really not nearly as much in this industrial age and this industrial revolution that we're in. So we recognize that our bodies are being attacked vigorously on a daily basis. So we knew we had to have a product that would actually do something for the human body. So that was number one. Number two was creating a company that would give people a platform to really run on. And that was something that we wanted to do. We wanted to give people the opportunity to have a platform that gave them all of the tools that they needed, all of the elements of a great company, whether it be a great app, whether it be a great website, easy to enroll, easy for people to see the products, easier for people to transact. Those were some of the things that we wanted to do. I also didn't want to do any type of enrollment fees or annual renewal fees. Some of those things that people see that are common in the industry, I said, absolutely not. Why would you charge somebody to represent your products, to represent our company? Why would I charge you to do that? Why would I charge $20 or $50 or $100 a year so that you can go out and represent my products, when I'm asking you to represent my products and I'm going to pay you a commission to go out and sell and share those products with others? Why would I charge you to do that? Well, it just didn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people. It didn't make sense to see fees involved with having a website or an app. If you're using our app, if you're using our website, then you're probably trying to build our business. And so for me, that's our partnership. That's the relationship that we have. And that's the relationship that I want to build from. And so that foundation is what we've created. That foundation is what we've developed over time. And so our goals are really to be able to give people that opportunity to go out and build something significant, help others do the same. And by that duplication method, they can have great, great success. And they can do things that they never thought possible because they didn't have the product, or they didn't have the platform in the company, or they didn't have the type of company that we've developed. And so those were the things that we wanted to do. You know, from our perspective, we've got over 155 years just in our management team. 155 years of business experience just in our management team. So our goal is to do everything we can the right way from the start. Does it mean that we're perfect? Absolutely not. We've made all kinds of mistakes. But when you make a mistake, you adapt and you literally just pivot as quick as possible so that mistake doesn't cause any problems or future problems. So we knew that we wanted to create something that would give people an opportunity to generate the income that they wanted to succeed. We knew that they wanted to have goals and they wanted to have measurables that would help them achieve that success, that whatever the levels looked like, that they could do that. And we wanted to give them that platform. So here we are in the platform. We've got these incredible products, these two incredible products that are absolutely just mind-blowing. We've added a third, which is our HERS product. But we're going to really focus today on our glutathione and cysteine products. And I want to just take you through a couple of ideas. So to get started, let's look at some of the results that we've seen over the last, say, 2.5 years. We've had some incredible before and after photos come in. And so we'll pull those up now. And let me take you through just a little bit of that so that you can see and understand what we've seen. And it'll give you a better idea of what we're going to accomplish as we continue to see people coming in. Now, these photos, we don't Photoshop them, we don't edit them, we don't do anything. As a matter of fact, they're posted up. If they look too wild and too amazing, we usually don't put them up because we don't want something that looks like it's been doctored or Photoshopped or edited in some way. So we really are cautious. We also have our people make sure that they haven't been using Botox or fillers or cosmetic procedures that would actually make it look like the benefits or the results were much better or much greater than they would be naturally. So let's look at a couple of these photos because, folks, we've been seeing some things that are absolutely mind-blowing as we've gone through these. So we'll start with a person by the name of Sherry Warner. Sherry is an incredible person that's one of our great leaders in the company. But this is just after 7 weeks, folks. As a matter of fact, we had a lot of people say, this has got to be a facelift. So she's done something. She's had Botox. She's had fillers. But you can see the change in even her structure of her face. The inflammation's gone down. The baggy nature, the puffiness is completely gone. So next slide. Now, this was a very quick process in 3 days. But you can see the irritation and the rashes that had developed over time. And literally just spraying our skin product that we have here, just spraying that skin product on the chest, on the décolletage there over the course of 3 days, saw an incredible benefit, and the results were off the chart. So again, are these common? I think so, but are they common for everybody? They won't happen on everybody. So we need to make that disclaimer as well. This is a person who sprayed the back of their hand over a 6-week period and took their before and after picture, and you can see the difference in just 6 weeks. Next one. Now, this is a 6-week. You can see even just the discoloration, the red splotchy nature of the skin, and then the evening of tones that's happened over the course of time. And of course, we see it. We see all these photos that come through, but this is significant. This is 6 weeks, no changes, no Photoshop, no editing. This is her exact photo that she sent in to us saying, I can't believe the results in just 6 weeks. Now, this is a skin irritation that was on the legs. And of course, over the next 6 weeks, by both ingesting and by spraying, they were able to see these results. Unbelievable. Again, just a 6-week period of time, folks. Absolutely amazing. This is over the course of 8 days. This is a dermatologist that we work with, an esthetician. And just over the course of 8 days, she said, I can't believe my pore size, the discoloration or the evening of tones that I was able to experience over the 8-day period. She said, I'll never get off this product because of what it's done for my skin. Now, this is over a 40-day period. Again, the back of the hand, it's a real easy one to look at. As a matter of fact, as I start aging a little bit more, I think maybe I need to start spraying the back of my hands as I'm a little bit younger, because this is what I'm seeing as people start to get a little bit aged. You start to see that crepey skin. You start to see the inflammation, the discoloration. And then, of course, you start to see those tones evening out, and you start to see the inflammation and the crepey skin start to dissipate over the course of time. Just again, 40 days, unbelievable. Now, this is over the course of a 6-week period, and you can see they also talk about the issue with the under the eye bags that are there and the discoloration of the bags. You can see the change that happened again just over that 6-week period. Now, these changes that she has experienced are things that she had dealt with over most of her adult life, was the discoloration of the bags under the eyes. And now she says, I can't even believe it. You can see the difference. You can see the light in her eyes. You can see the change to the color of her eyes. You can see the happiness on her face. It's just absolutely different in terms of how she feels that over the course of 6 weeks. Now, the next person, And this one is definitely, you can see this one as well. The inflammation is gone. You can see the discoloration and her skin tones evening out. It's, again, just something that we continue to see. The back of these hands, this is Steve Scott here. As a matter of fact, the joke is that Ryan was trying to get Steve to just spray half of his face over the course of time. And Steve said, boy, if I just had sprayed half of my face, look at the difference in my right hand to my left. Just over the course of 7 weeks, the change to the back of Steve's hand is significant. Now, the interesting thing is, Steve said, can you imagine if I would have just sprayed my half of my face and I would have looked like a crazy man on just one half of it? So realize that we recommend spraying the entire face, by the way. Just don't do half. Next one. Now, this is over the course of a 4-week period, and I can't continue to emphasize enough the change in the color and the tones that are starting to even out. It's just absolutely amazing, even down to the inflammation, the pore size. You can see it in these photos. This is after the course of 4 weeks. And of course, we did a side-by-side where you can see, again, the toning, the inflammation. But a lot of people walked up to her and said, boy, how much weight have you lost over the course of time? She said, I haven't lost any weight. What's happened is you can see the structure of my face. It has completely firmed up and the inflammation's gone. And that's how you see the difference in, again, the facial structure that she has. Next one. This is over the course of 6 days. Again, a significant improvement in just the coloration, but most of all, the change in the tone, as well as the inflammation in the leg. Now, this next one, this is a younger person, so you can see it works on everybody. Doesn't matter the age. My daughter, who's 18, she uses it on a daily basis. The fact is that this, again, you can see the inflammation, you can see the skin tone, you can see the discoloration, and you can also see the difference in pore size. And that was over the course of just 2 weeks. So we're seeing an incredible result over the course of 2 weeks, which is absolutely amazing as well. Next one. Here's another 2-week shot. And again, you can see the décolletage through the chest area. You can see the neck, and you can see the difference in the change of the jowls and all the way down through the neck and the gobbler there. It is absolutely changed, and you can see how tight it's become. And that is, again, just because of the structure of the face and the skin, starting to see that dermis and epidermis layers continue to be impacted by our spray. Now, this is after 4 weeks. And again, you can see it through the face. You can also see it through the neck. Absolute drastic changes to the face and the neck structure. So again, we're seeing it across the board. Next one. This is over the course of 2.5 months. You can see the difference in change to the skin. You can see the porous nature of the skin. You can even see the wrinkle or the change to the venous there that is actually being significantly reduced. And even down to, again, the coloring, the discoloration on the skin is completely changed over the course of that 2.5-month period. Next one. Now, this is over the course of a 7-day period. And again, very simple and easy to see. You can see the change in the discoloration through the T-zone, down through the nose and through the cheeks. Amazing to see it. But again, seeing the results of the coloring of the skin come back is absolutely amazing as well. Next one. Here's Steve. We're glad that he did his entire face, not just half, because you can see the difference. Again, pore size, discoloration, and even down to the inflammation on the skin and the face. Very, very, very structured after using for just 7 weeks. Now, this person was 1 month, and again, you can see it very simple and easily. You can see the pores, you can see the discoloration, you can see the inflammation, all being reduced over the course of a month. Now, this one here is, again, just a 7-month period. And I think actually this might be 7 weeks, by the way. But anyway, 7 months period. And you can see the changes to that. Let's go to the next, to the leg. And again, this one, you can see the tightening of the skin around the leg. You can see it plain and simple. And then the crepey nature of the skin has completely gone down and almost gone completely after use of 12 weeks. Next one. You can see around, again, the mouth is extremely easy to see how quickly that started to work to tighten up the skin around the mouth, the jowls, and of course, a lot of that crepey skin that starts to happen with the wrinkles around the mouth. Just 2 weeks, folks. 2 weeks. Absolutely amazing. Next one. Here's another one of a hand. This one is over the course of 2 weeks. And again, easy to see and spot the differences over the course of that time, the tightening of the skin and the reduction of some of the age spots and discoloration. And then, of course, 8 weeks, again, real simple to see. You can see the tightening of the skin, the evening of the tones, and of course, even the neck, you can see the lines dissipating over time. Now, this is a person that you can see the discoloration going away and some of the pigmentation going away as well, and some of the uneven tones that are currently on her skin. And again, this is just over a 4-week period of time, everybody. So that's what we are seeing, and that's why we're so excited about the things that we've been able to see over the course of time. That's what's gotten us excited. And so, of course, as we continue to talk about some of the things that we've been dealing with, it's one of the keys to fighting off the diseases you fear the most. It's called glutathione. And Dr. Mehmet Oz talked about this on the Dr. Oz show back in time, talked about how write down the name of glutathione because it's critically important to many, many functions. And we're going to talk about those in just a minute. And even Dr. David Katz had said that if you're chronically run down, if you're chronically fatigued, if your body just isn't firing on all cylinders, low glutathione may be part of it, both cause and effect. So what we're seeing is that we've got as people start to see higher levels of glutathione, you start to notice an increase in certain things that are happening in the body, whether it be your energy levels. There is no caffeine in our products. So when your energy levels are going up, it means that the glutathione is getting directly into the cell. It's actually triggering a response in your mitochondria. Your mitochondria is sending out this trigger response in developing and creating your energy molecule, which is called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. And that ATP is what is giving you this natural source of energy. Without any outside chemicals or any outside caffeine, you're actually getting this natural energy that's actually giving you the surge. So you're starting to see that there are certain things that are happening with your energy levels. You're also seeing an improved response in your immune system. So by supporting your immune system and giving it what it needs in the antioxidant behavior to really start fighting these free radicals, you're going to notice your immune system is going to continue to go up and up and up. And that is something that we're all suffering from after 2020 and beyond because of the COVID and some of the things that happened after COVID. And so those are the things that we're starting to notice even more and more and more is some of our immune response is not quite where it needs to be. So we've got to constantly and consistently keep those levels up so that we don't lose that power that's there. We also notice that when you have high levels of glutathione, it reduces your physical and mental fatigue. And that's an area that we all need to obviously pay attention to. But some of us think that after COVID, we've had a bit of a response in terms of brain fog and our neurosynapses aren't quite working the way that they should, et cetera. So we need to always be paying attention to that. Well, this gives us the ability to actually have an increase so that our physical and mental fatigue is lessened greatly by having increased stores of glutathione in our body. So it increases and enhances our mental and physical performance. So we're seeing a better increase in that. We're seeing an increase in longevity. Because obviously from that standpoint, we're noticing that our bodies are starting to actually react better with our telomeres and with the DNA strands and how we're actually seeing an increase or a longevity increase in terms of how glutathione works inside the body, why it works the way that it works, and why we're seeing the results that we're seeing is that we can't tell what's inside the body. But the reason that I wanted to show you the photos and the before and afters at the first of the presentation is because if it's happening on the outside of the body where we have all kinds of toxins and even the lights that we sit under and the environment that we're in, if it's doing that on the skin and it's doing that on the outside of the body, can you imagine what it's doing on the inside? Even down to our physical and mental recovery from exercise. When you see the fatigue that sets in, and when you see the things that are happening as a result of over-exercise or over-performance, you'll start to notice that your increase in recovery time, meaning your recovery time is shortened greatly. So it increases your recovery time to allow you to be able to get back in the gym quicker, on the track, on the bike, whatever it may be that you're going out to do. The other thing that we have noticed is a reduction in oxidative stress. So those are something that we're always a little bit cautious of, but we want to make sure that that's working the way that it should. Intercellular inflammation. Being able to actually communicate between cells is absolutely critical in the body's function to be able to continue to make sure that our organs are working correctly and the things that we're doing. It's absolutely responsible, glutathione is, for over 400 of our biological functions. So those 400 biological functions happening daily in the body, 15 of which are absolutely critical to life. If you think about it from that perspective, 15 of those biological functions are critical to life. The 400 are critical to our body's ability to actually work and do the things that we do every day, whether it be move our arms, whether it be walk down the hall, whether it be think about things that we're talking about on a presentation, whatever it may be. The glutathione is helping us by continuing to give us that uptake in cellular communication. And by doing so, it's allowing our bodies to do the things that it needs to do to help us achieve the success in terms of high performance, whatever that high performance looks like. And of course, what we've identified as well is that by combating that accelerated aging, we're starting to slow down the aging process, which is now holding us back from the wrinkles, from the fatigue, from the exhaustion, from the lethargic nature that we start to get into. You know, if you're sitting on the couch all the time and you intend to do something, but you can't quite get to it, you've got a low energy level. You need to get up off the couch. You need something that's going to help you do that by keeping your glutathione stores high. You'll continue to see a massive improvement, a market improvement, being able to do that. So we're seeing that delay in the onset of diseases, of aging. We're removing the toxins from the cells. So we're going in and delivering this incredible nutrition. But the only way to get the nutrition is to get the junk out. So you've got to go in and really clean out the cells. And that's what we're doing with this. And of course, the oxygen transfer is super important as well. So with that being said, there are many things that we're starting to identify that are helping us, again, get back to that level. Now, we've seen a lot of products come out over the course of time. We've seen different products in capsule form. We've seen precursors to glutathione, which is the hope that it will give your body enough in the precursors to be able to stimulate some production of glutathione from the body itself. Or you can take it in from glutathione directly, which is exactly what we do. We have hospital-grade glutathione that we use in our product. We actually manufacture it, all of our products here in-house. We've got our warehouse and our manufacturing facility and our clean room where we do all of our production here. And so we have total control over it. So we control our ingredients that come into our facility. We have our MSDS sheets that we make sure that everything is safe and that it would be safe for you, that our certificates of analysis are safe, that it does all the things that we're supposed to do to be able to give you that pure, unadulterated glutathione. Now, the good news is we wrap it in a water base, what I call a water envelope. It's basically taking this ultra pure water and wrapping it around the nutrition that we've nanosized, because in ultra pure water, you strip out all of the junk that's in there so that when it comes back together, it can come back together and reglomerate together with the nutrition that we're actually putting in these water envelopes. So two pieces of nutrition that are absolutely important is glutathione and cysteine. And a lot of companies and a lot of products out on the marketplace don't realize the benefits of cysteine. I don't want to even tell people the benefits of cysteine, but I'm going to have to on this call, because the important part is that glutathione and cysteine play crucial roles in the cellular antioxidant defense system. That's part of the process. So glutathione, it's a tripeptide. It's composed of 3 amino acids, but we get direct a molecule structure of glutathione. So that's what we're delivering to the body, which is exactly what your body wants, to get it into the bloodstream. As you swish it around in your mouth for about a minute, gets into the bloodstream and out of the bloodstream in about 70 seconds and into the cell. And we had up for a long time talked about absorption. We talked about the necessary amounts of absorption into the body. It's not about absorption, folks. It's about cellular utilization. It's about getting it into the cell so that you can utilize it at the cellular level for everything that those 400 biological functions are responsible for, to give your body exactly what it needs to go out and function at its highest level of performance, whatever that performance looks like. So cysteine, it's a key component of glutathione. Its availability is often a rate limiting factor in the synthesis of glutathione. So you have to always be looking at how it can continue the recycling process, which involves the reduction of oxidized glutathione, which is really getting back to its reduced form. Okay. And cysteine is essential for this regeneration. So we want to make sure that we've got cysteine tied together with this. And together, glutathione and cysteine will contribute to maintaining cellular redox balance and protecting the cells from the damage caused by reactive oxygen species. And those are the issues that we're dealing with as we fight off these antioxidants and these free radicals that are constantly attacking us and assaulting us, is being able to fight those off and be able to provide the antioxidant system so that it has overall cellular health and the body's ability to create less oxidative stress. And those are the things that will keep you from aging quicker. Those are the areas that we want to be able to control and master. And that's why our product is doing so much for people around the world. It's why we've grown into 66 countries. It's why we're shipping to those countries as well as even others, being able to get the product out to those people that are asking for it, that are looking for these products, and hoping that they have these products in their hands every day so that they can consistently, on a daily basis, have it in their body so that their cells are full at a maximum amount, so that every day their performance is at a level that they absolutely can perform and be able to do the daily tasks that are necessary for them to have a good, productive life. And that's really what we're looking for. Again, everybody's success in health is specific to them. I can't tell you what mine is because it's specific to me. You can tell me what yours is, and I'll know that that's specific to you. But each of us has a monumental task on a daily basis to live a great, healthy life. And so our goal is to do everything we can to get the right nutrition in that will give us that healthy life, the nutrition that we need to, again, be productive and not be defeated by these free radicals that are constantly attacking us. And of course, we've got the incredible spray that's going to change the look. And as you saw in those before and after photos, again, if it's working like that on the outside of the body, can you imagine what it's doing on the inside of the body? So everybody, I appreciate your time today. We hope that you'll join us here at Neumi as we start to, again, go into many, many countries and start to build a massive infrastructure around the world. We're excited about what we're doing. And again, as I talked about with Steve earlier, we talked about his background in direct-to-consumer, infomercials, et cetera. I said to him one day, Steve, why don't we do that? And Steve said, look, I could pay hundreds of millions of dollars, which I have, to television broadcast stations across the U.S., and have them promote our products for us. Or I can put all of that money right back in our partners' hands and give it back to the members of Neumi and have them have the opportunities to go out and build a successful venture, a legacy business that they can leave behind to their family, their friends, their associates, whoever that may be, as they continue to help people around the world. So with that being said, folks, we hope you'll join Neumi. We want to remind you that a new you starts with Neumi. So everybody, join us, come be a part of this. And if you were invited to this call back that person that invited you, find out how you can get back in touch with them and follow up on any questions, thoughts, or ideas that they may have, or how they can get those products in their hands. It's pretty easy, as we all know. Go on the website, go on and shop, and then get enrolled and find out how you can get healthier today. So with that being said, everybody, we thank you. We'll look forward to seeing you in the future. And again, every Tuesday, we'll see you at 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. See you later.